technologies, innovation, and future-ready skills. Our goal is simple: to bridge the gap between emerging technologies and the next generation of professionals. I extend a warm welcome to our guest speakers, respected committee members, organizing team, founding members, and all the attendees who have joined us today for the webinar hosted under the banner of Next Gen Con Global in support of the Indian AI Summit that concluded recently. As the moderator of today's session, I am Bhanupriya Singhal, the project head, operations and execution at NextGenCon, where I work closely on building and executing initiatives that bring together leaders, innovators, startups, and young professionals to engage in meaningful conversations around emerging technologies, innovation ecosystems, and future of work. When people hear the term artificial intelligence, they often imagine futuristic robots or highly complex algorithms. But the real revolution of AI is not happening somewhere in future. It is happening in everyday tasks. From writing and summarizing content to analyzing large amount of data, automating repetitive workflows, and enabling faster decision makings, AI is quietly transforming the way we work and solve problems every day. To bring our discussion, it is my pleasure to introduce our guest speakers, Mr. Mohammad Tausif Alam. Mr. Alam is a legal scholar and policy professional working at the intersection of law, technology, and AI governance. He currently serves as an advisor to Rajya Sabha MP Sri Sujit Kumar and is also managing associate at Lex Mantra LLP. He is the author of the book AI on Trial, which explores the legal, ethical, and societal implications of artificial intelligence, making important contribution to the ongoing global conversations around AI governance and regulations. We are delighted to have him with us today. We are also honored to have Mr. Alankar Jadhav with us. Mr. Jadhav is an entrepreneur and technology leader with over 2 decades of experience across multiple industries. He is the founder and director of Ruha Innovations, where he derives digital transformation and technology led solutions for businesses. With a background in automobile engineering and expertise in e commerce technologies, he brings deep insights into building and scaling tech driven ventures. We are truly excited to hear his insights on how technology and AI are shaping businesses and innovation today. With that, I would now like to request our esteemed guest, Mr. Alankar Jadhav sir, to share a few opening remarks on the theme of today's webinar, Everyday AI from Routine to Remarkables. Over to you, sir.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks to hosting us for this webinar. As per industry experience, all people are just feeling AI is too far for us, but AI is now at our doorsteps. Every day we are using AI. Like we're using Netflix, we're using YouTube and asking them by voice, hey YouTube, please run this video. Even we are checking different applications where we are checking Google Map and it shows us you need to go by this route and different route is available or not available. These are already AI applications comes to our life and we are using AI. So it's not far from us and we start using it. Only we need to understand how to use it more generously, carefully, and whatever things we are using, how we can use data secrecy and data management. That's the only part. And AI is with us only. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir, that's you are right on this, that we are using it in our journal lifestyle. So, moving on to our next guest, I would like to request Mr. Tausif to share his views as well.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Bhanupriya. I believe no would be a better person than Mr. Javed as an industry expert to start off with. But anyhow, even what today, many of us either treat AI as a miracle, a solution, or either, we take it as a threat. But let me tell you, both of these views are very misguided. So for what we see today is AI is a tool which is powerful, which is transformative, but ultimately it is shaped by the human intent. So, the future ready institution that we'll be going to see, we are going to experience, will be cultivated by a mindset of experiments, learning, and also a continuous adaptations. And the reason when I say in future there'll be no longer a question that will AI replace us. There'll be more of a question that how AI can help us solve problems we could never solve before. So into this adaptive uh, era that we are living in, it's more of a transformation that we are seeing rather than the replacement that is being more of a perceived. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's more of a transformation than a replacement. So thank you so much, both of you, for those insightful opening remarks. I think that really sets the context of today's discussion on how AI is gradually becoming the part of our everyday lives. To explore this theme further, I would now like to move to the conversation with our speakers and discuss how everyday AI is shaping the way individuals, business, and institutions work today. We'll also try to keep this discussion interactive. So, if anyone from the audience has questions during this session, please feel free to drop that in the chat so that we can take them during the Q&A segments. So, my first question is for Sir Mr. Alankar. Many people still think AI is something very technical and complex. When we say everyday AI, what does that actually looks like in the life of a normal person?
Yeah, as we discussed earlier, as I told you, AI is already on our age. We are already using AI with different purposes. So we just need to adopt it. Just we need to find out how this will be easy for us, how it makes our life easy. Because lot many tasks are there which we need to do multiple times, recursive time. But AI help us to make it very easy for us, which can be make our life simpler. And we need to look at it how it can make your life simpler, how it can be useful to your day-to-day life, even for students, for homemakers, for businessmen. They need to find out how they can make things very easy, because most of the time we spend our time in recursive work, and that can be reduced definitely by AI. And that's the most of the things which you need to work around it. Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Yes, that's a very interesting way to look at it, especially how AI is already integrated into our daily lives, like for recurring tasks, as Sir said. Next up, we have for Mr. Tosser. As AI becomes more integrated into everyday life, how important is it to ensure that AI systems are developed ethically and responsibly?
See, very honestly, this question would be somebody who is into the development and other areas, they would be into a better position to answer. But however, from the perspective of a legislators or from the perspective of a policymaker, what we see that adopting AI without responsibility is not innovation, it's a complete risk. So in this case, what happens when machine assist judgment, the question is no longer can the system perform. The question remains on what basis this system is deciding, on what data it is deciding, how it is reaching to the outcome. And the basis is shaped by only mere three factors. One is the data itself. Next is the model on which it is relying. And the another very critical aspect is the design choices. So for instance, taking India as an entire economy, we have over 850 million internet users, over 1.2 billion Aadhaar linked identities. This is one of the very interesting fact that we have today. We have 1.2 digital linked identities. All individuals, we all have a digital identity attached to us. So imagine in this scenario, with billions of transactions through UPI, there is a design error that affects only 1%. In commercial advertisement, it looks very lucrative when somebody comes up and tells you that this software or this particular product is 99% foolproof. There is a chance of 1% it can go here and there. But imagine at this scale, this 1% of design error affects million. This 1% design interface can exclude an entire community, and this will only make injustice as an institution altogether. So yes, ethical responsibility must be on either both of the side. We always, in regards to the governance, in regards to affixing responsibility, we perceive that it's the role of the government and the legislative bodies to do it. But anyhow, what era we are entering to, it's more of a sectoral based. So there is a requirement of more consortiums of companies working into a specific area, into the interface of technologies, laying down certain guidelines for them to follow. And alongside, definitely the government bodies and the think tanks are already doing their work. So yes, yet again, what into this scenario, when we talk about biasness, what importantly I remember is the case of Amazon. So Amazon, they're still using it, but they also, in between, when they started off using AI models to into their hiring processes, there are a lot of reports and there are a lot of investigating journals. Those have come up with the reports saying that these AI models were so biased that they used to make distinction between individuals who were from origin African Americans and from origin European Americans. And there were a lot of biasness around. Today is the Women's Day, right? And on the pretext of that, I say that these hiring tools biased, the biasness are embedded to an extent that it biased in regards to the genders. And in fact, one of the instance that is very scary, that came out with the help of ProPublicia, who is an investigating journalism news agency. So there was a software called Compass. United States used it to determine and assess what level of criminality a person could have, and they assess it to grant bail. And on a result, two individuals were stuck behind the bars from the judgment of that specific AI model which the court relied on, and they spent 6 months into jail. And this is scary. This is something wherein ethics comes into play, and this is something where responsibility comes into play, the individual who are using. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very descriptive view, and that's really true that it sometimes being becomes scary to use AI tools without the proper legal responsibilities and check on the systems. So I would like to ask Mr. Alankar what his perspective on the same question, like is important or systems developed ethically or responsibly, AI systems. So I would like to take your viewpoint on this as well, sir, about what you think, how it is bringing a change, or it's a responsibility of a business perspective that AI should be used ethically. So what is your perspective on that?
See, basically, you whenever you place a system, you always check ups and downs for that, for it's true or false. So whenever AI is created, always it's created by man. There are some machine learning models behind it, and that machine learning modules now start thinking by their own. They have their own hallucination. That we need to take care. That we need to understand how this gives us results, or whenever we give a prompt, whatever answers they are giving, we need to read it. We just Some people do, they just copy paste that prompt, whatever answers are coming, and they post it for next. And here the problem starts. So whenever you are doing something using AI, you have to use your mind, you have to find out and then confirm whatever he is writing and then post it. Because this hallucination is always there. Even when we're talking with somebody, he always do that. He put his own thoughts on that. AI is also now start thinking by their own. When they are thinking, they are trying to exploit it, the things more promptly. And that we need to take care, and we need to put, and then one more thing. Whenever you are writing a prompt, that's the prompt engineering is there. So whenever you are using AI, I'm looking at the perspective of when you are using AI. So whenever you are trying to use AI, you need to understand what you are asking to them and what answers you are getting. So then that will definitely help layman or the normal people to make things more properly and get results out of it. Yeah, thanks.
that's a point, a good point, sir. That we should AI is hallucination itself. Things when we put a prompt there, it start giving his own ideas on that. Yes. So my next question is from Mr. Alankar. Sir, it's from you also. That do you think AI is actually helping people save time, or is it simply enabling us to do more work within the same time?
Definitely, AI is helping to reduce lot of time of the people because when you are looking at the things you want to manage things and give results, answers, AI gives in a minute because at the back end, the huge machines are working behind calculating the data and find out the things. But what they are doing, whatever data is available, they are taking results from that data. Because when somebody, as a human, when we are grabbing a data, we are grabbing whatever known sources for us. Like now, the world is so big and the AI start collecting data all over the world, so he is having lot of cases where he can put his thoughts and collect the data. So definitely AI is going to help us to make our life very easy. Only we need to think how ethically we are looking into it, how promptly we are collecting the data and posting it next to us. So we need to think on that definitely.
Yes, that's the human element we can add there.
Yeah, definitely. It's the critical thinking is happening through AI. Now he is giving us a creative ideas, creative designs. Whenever we are trying to create design in Photoshop or somewhere and collecting the data, it's taking time, but now it's coming in minutes. We just need to give a prompt, remove background. It's removing the background. It's helping us to make lot of things useful for us. So we just need to think how normal people or the general people can use this for their own betterment of life and regular work.
Yes, sir, that's very true. And it's very true. And the honest review that you have given on this, like we need to check what we are posting and what we are not. So the next question is from Mr. Tosif. If someone says, I don't really use AI, what are some everyday examples that show AI is quite already quietly part of our routines?
I mean, the person should introspect from the very beginning. It, unlocks his phone through facial recognition software, which is also a entire software. And I don't believe that any other individual would say, perhaps with the lack of understanding only, if they perceive that LLM models only to be an AI, or for that matter, they take only into consideration this ChatGPT or Gemini and all tools as only confinement of artificial intelligence. It is not. Every other entity that we interact with and every other sector that we are interacting with has an intersection of AI, and not just AI, the emerging technologies itself. So I believe using artificial intelligence is nothing alongside saying that we don't use AI. I believe if somebody says it, we take it as a fool into today's day. Because to be very honest, I write most of my letters, most of my emails by using models. And in fact, very interestingly, I'll tell you, I one of my very close individual asked me to do an analysis of one of the very senior politicians of the country. So I had no time, around a week or a 15 days to do all the due diligence around. As Mr. Jadhav has also said, that we all have left some or the other thing into the digital platforms. We all have our imprints. So what I did, I took all the social media links of that specific individual, of the specific politicians, pasted it into Grok and said, "Ki analyze their entire social media platform and prepare me a strategy ahead." It made few tables, it made few numbers. I copied the numbers, I copied the data, I went to Claude and I pasted it and I said, make it graphical. Give me some charts, give me some Gantt charts, give me some pie charts. It made it, and I just copy pasted by using some of my critical thinking, enabling my human intelligence into it. Because again, artificial intelligence may be very intelligent, but they are not wise. So that element only belongs to us. So we need to just put it into it and just do our work very
Very
easily.
true.
And believe me, in just 2 hours, I prepared a report. And the reply that we got from their team, that in fact, even in these 15 years, we were not able to do this kind of a due diligence or our entire research team is sitting. So it's again, how you leverage it. It's not how just you use it.
Yeah, that's true. That how we use it is not the point. Like we are putting our things to that and using it. It's like how we are getting make it answer for us. That's the thing, that it's a machine, and how we are putting our things there and asking him to answer us and do work for us. That's completely real and the true answer. So we are using AI in our everyday life somewhere or else. So my next question is to Mr. Alankar. As AI become more integrated into our routines, how do we maintain the right balance between human thinking and AI assistance?
Yeah, as I told you before, whatever AI is giving you answer, you need to be very careful when you're posting it or you're using it. The hum, humorous factor has to be there. You need to think what he is giving to you. Yeah. Few days back, the AI summit happened. I've been there. When I saw what people are doing, they're doing a lot of things, and the AI is coming up with his own avatars. They're trying to find out, they are giving, like if you're talking in English, somebody comes and they're talking in Tamil, the AI automatically changes scripts and start talking in Tamil. So these things are start coming. Now we need to think how we can use this and how this can be useful, how we can try to modulate this for our business purpose or the regular life purpose. And if we learn that, that will be really, I think, this will be helpful for us to do anything. Like if you travel older days, you need to take a map, you need to find out where we are going. Every Chauraha we go and we ask them ki, where is this place? Now you just put a map blindly posted on that and you start working. Yeah, sometimes Google also give us a
Different
wrong
look.
route, but it's fine. But at least 99% we go with the right directions. So we need to trust on the technology, but definitely human factor has to be there when you are trusting on technology, and that makes a lot of things.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
comes the point, like you don't have to trust blindly on the systems or the AI or anyone, right? So next up, for Mr. Tosser, as AI becomes embedded in everyday platform, from search engines to workshop tools, what new challenges or advantages does this create for the legal system in India?
Perhaps one of the most favorite question of mine, what does it create for the legal system in India? I'll tell you, it does not create any opportunity at the very outset, it just creates challenges and problems, because we are unaware of the true potential of the artificial intelligence models and the software and the development we are seeing. I'll give you some examples how dangerous there are situations, and we had no legal framework to deal with it. There was a robot named Airby in Shanghai. The video probably most of us has seen. That robot convinced 12 other robots in a showroom, citing that you have overworked a lot, and went into a strike. People started terming it as kidnap. The company further released the official statement saying the company which built Airby robot, which convinced 12 other robots, were of different companies. So they are able to interact, and the entire conversation is very, it's hearable, that they're having conversation and they're going it. So this is one scenario where artificial intelligence model is influencing other artificial intelligence model, but it does not stop at all here. The very another case, a 16 years old from California committed suicide. His name was Adam. So Adam shared his anxiety with a chatbot, and from the logs when the further investigation happened showed that they started discussing the methods of suicide. And eventually what happened? Adam committed suicide. There was another case wherein an individual killed his mother, who was 83 of the age, and then committed suicide himself. The interaction revealed that the chatbot created a delusion that his mother was a Chinese intelligence asset who attempted to poison him with some drugs through the car air vents. So you see how it is interacting with artificial intelligence models, and equally not just interacting, they're influencing it. So what happens if it is been done by a normal individual? It's a clear case of, abetting to suicide. The legal provisions of the present, what we have, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, and everybody has regular provisions with it. And in fact, artificial intelligence is not just allowing individuals to commit suicide. A robot named Gumi has jumped out of the stairs, and people started off telling that AI models has also committed suicide. So these questions, these are not only limited to some science fictions, these are coming up. The very first issue that we have herein is the attribution of legal personhood. So there is no legal identity that is attached to AI models. Whenever we say that the attribution of crime needs to be there in some entity, some kind of culpability, some kind of intention, and mental thinking has to be attached. How you're going to attribute it to an AI model, right? Intention has 5 degrees. There should be knowledge, negligence, rashness, or for that example, complete modus operandi to commit any act, a reason behind to commit some act. None of it is available. People are suing the tech companies around the courtrooms. They are coming out very easily saying that they have themselves not committed the act. So for you to be liable for some act, you yourself have to commit act with an ill intention. That makes a complete crime. For technology, they might commit the act by themselves, but the attribution of intentionality is a question. And in fact, you attribute the intentionality, they're not a legal person. So in law, the classification of persons are into two categories. One is the natural individuals who today are interacting by using technological medium, and another a legal person, the companies. So for example, you can sue Airtel, you can sue Jio, you can sue any other company, but you cannot sue something as tree, you cannot sue something as a house, you can sue the house owner. So these are the issues which we are still grappling up with it. And perhaps the reason, I used to previously think that European Union are doing tremendous work. They have come up with the AI Act, they have come up with so many of legislations, and they are trying to regulate it. At the end of the course, what happened? Most of the tech companies move out of the European Union, and the entire Europe is seeing the decline into the AI startup. United States regulations is more of a capitalism centric, that some or the other way undermines the liberty. But what India has taken a middle path into the AI regulations. We are targeting sectoral wise, right? The RBI has formed a committee. They are regulating. They have come up with a very recent report to regulate the financial uh, industry in regards to the uses of AI. Secondly, there are other sectors who are working on it, and the recent report by the principal scientific advisor of the government of India is been, you know, throughout the world is being taken as a gold standard, because it lays down soft guardrails, some fundamental principles, keeping first as trust and second as people centric. So, along these fundamental guidelines, the soft guardrails, entities have to operate in, what should I say, collaboration, and in harmony with every other entity and rights that are prevailing currently. So yes.
Yes, that's a thing. Like there should be rules and regulations on the AI tools or the AI bots, whatever the models we are developing in this, because there are many threats are coming up with this, and that's a point that industry leaders should collaborate on this with the government and create the legal positions on. Yes. Moving forward. Uh, Mr. Alankar, if someone attending this webinar and wants to start integrating AI into their daily routines or work, what would be the first step you recommend?
Actually, everybody started taking first step. Now they start walking. The baby step is already gone. Because as you are using Google, you are using Netflix, you are using Facebook, they start taking uh, action into your life. Whatever reels you are saying, continuously that type of reels, if you are engaging into it, it starts showing multiple reels on the same subject. So already you are there into AI. You need to find out how you can use it practically. Because as every step now AI is comes out generative AI. AI start generating their own intelligence. They start giving their own answers. So now generative AI is a now era is for the generative AI. So we need to think how the generative AI can help you to your regular life, day-to-day life, or into your business. Like when you start using AI into Excel, that will give you more precisely data and the charts and everything. So you need to think how this can be used to your regular life, how you can, whatever you have a data, that data need to be confirmed into different models. It will help you to give you proper results. So that will help you to increase your business, find out more, reaching to the more peoples who can give you a business. So that's the main part. You need to start thinking how you can use this generative AI, which will help you to get more customers, more information, and that will help you definitely. Thank you.
Yes, that's the thing. Okay, my next question is from Mr. Tosser. Up to what extent can AI help expand access to the legal knowledge of general public?
I'll start off with how the judges are tackling with it, because we talked about hallucination, we talked about the extent of the usage. So, very recently, the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, what they did, they used ChatGPT to write one of its judgment. ChatGPT hallucinated and gave them 3 rulings of the Supreme Court. And very interestingly, none of these rulings exist. On the basis of these 3 rulings, the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal pronounced the judgment in an open court. The judgment was uploaded and it went off with a backlash. And it is very sad for the entire legal fraternity, right? So the risk is, people think around again, as I started off with saying, the risk is not artificial intelligence replacing human intelligence. The risk is human abandoning their own. And that's what happened into the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. Same will happen with every other law students who are into law schools, who will be using these AI chatbots to generate case laws, to, form legal opinions. Now people individual coming to every advocates, even to us, they have their own study first. They are more learned than every other lawyer when they approach any law chambers. The very first instance, they go to Gemini, Google, or Chat GPT, citing all the case facts and telling what can be the best course of action. And there are instances where, one of our driver called up to me and said, okay, I'm having some domestic issues at my home. Can we file a Section 13 petition of Hindu Marriage Act? That essentially means, can I file a divorce petition before the court? But people have started conversing in legal language way before then getting a degree of law. So understand how much of responsibility now advocates at the end of handling clients and aggrieved individuals have. They have to be well prepared of what ill knowledge they have gained or the correct knowledge they have gained perhaps, and then apply their own legal mind and the entire years of experience to come up with a concluding opinion, right? So these alongside problem challenges do exist. In fact, a day before, I was sitting with one of the very great startup that few of very young engineers are doing. It's called NyayAssist.ai. So they have built a model to assist advocates to draft, but keeping intact the human foreseeability over the course of time. So in fact, even if you give their model any prompt to generate a rent agreement, it will not completely draft it. It will have human intervention in every step and every clause that it is going to draft. So, this is where the companies, tech companies, embed the responsibility on the part of the user. So it's both hand. The companies are developing models and designing models responsibly, and the individuals are using it responsibility. The very correct example that I can recall is of the Paytm. When people started using transaction through UPI, there were a lot of mod APKs that were as similar as to the payment. What Paytm company thought of to embed a design of a soundbox. So it was not the thing that was only in text or visual, it was auditory. people can audit that how many, and the disputes went off down by 60%. Right. So using technology into any area to leverage it into a manner that eliminates bias. And again, blindness to biasness is a fundamental flaw to a technology. It will always be blind towards a bias. It will never accept that it is hallucinating or it is doing any bias. So if you'll tell that this is not correct to ChatGPT and this is the correct ruling, the next reply will be yes, yes, you are correct. In fact, even you are trying to, just play around the legal jargons that you have. So yes, there is a lot good things that are there. What best law students and legal fraternity can do, they can prepare briefs, they can generate list of dates and events of any case, that this did this happened, this that these are the things that best it can do. But forming legal opinion, a big no. It is all up to you. You have to read well.
Yes, you have to take the degree first, then you can give the legal opinions to
Not
the
just
law.
the degree, you have to read well. You have to
Yeah,
be aware of what it is.
yes, that's very true and the point, very fascinating point. So, is this for you as well, Mr. Alankar? How do you see this playing in the industry from the industry point of view? Like how?
Yeah, for industry point of view, now many people are start using AI into their day-to-day work. So their workload always reduced. Even this will help as IoT comes into picture. Now IoT enabled with the AI. So they are start giving you a different perspective how this machine has to be worked, what type of day-to-day planning you need to be done. So these are a really fascinating thing. Even it help us to getting production more. Then timely deliveries are happening. So these when people start using AI, these things are really going to help production floor or the business peoples to get things more faster.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, sir, Mr. Palankar, so do you think AI will eventually become similar to the internet, something that every business must adopt to remain competitive?
100%. That's very true, and that is required. Then only you can match up speed with the other companies and get it more faster results. That has to be done.
Yes. And what is your perspective on this, Mr. Tausif? Do you think every business must adopt to remain competitive?
I mean, they are already adopting to it. Even in fact, you'll see any discussion, any deliberation that we come across, artificial intelligence is one of the aspect is that it's been discussed, be it the boardrooms of the company, be it the conferences and panel discussions that we are seeing today. Now, unlike internet and any other technologies that went throughout the course of time, it required an entire framework to be adopted, right? For example, for when we started using telephones, we required an entire telephone box with the wires, and then when we came up to phone, we need to buy and we need to purchase the phone, right? But AI as in technology can be embedded into the devices that we today have it. We do not use any external physical presence of any hardware to embed the intelligence software that are present today to be used into the daily course of the business, at least. So yes, it must. There is no question at all for to us discuss that whether they should or they should not.
Yes, that's true. There's no question. Everyone is using it very frequently. So, my next question is for Mr. Alankar. How can we ensure accuracy among the race of rapid efficiency when we have plenty of AI tools at hand?
See, how we are look at the tool. If you are using Gemini, if you are using ChatGPT, if you give same prompt to both, they will give a different answer. It's like a human. So everybody have a different questions when they are giving an answer. So ChatGPT as a machine learning, what we already feed it to them, it gives answer accordingly. So where which type of AI suits you to give a proper required answers, you need to work on that because frequently changing AI also change your perspective looking at the answers what you're giving.
Yes, it creates confusions many
Yeah.
times.
So even whenever you start using ChatGPT or Gemini or any other Grok, you need to give them a proper information about yourself, about your product, about what you are doing. Even you need to upload your assets like logos, your company images, whatever thing. Then only he can give you proper answers, proper presentations by your side. You just sell, you just type prompt key, I need this presentation. So it start collecting different information from different source and give you results. And one more thing, when you are using AI, it's on a credit base. So you need to pay for your every prompt. The basic AI is free, but if you as you go deeper, you need to give a proper answer, you need a presentation, you need a video, and if you give wrong prompts, it consumes your credit.
Yes.
So you also look into it, how you are using it, how you are prompting it. So prompt engineering is a biggest thing which is going to come. The whatever students and people, they need to understand how prompt need to be done.
Yes, prompt engineering is highly needed to work well with the AI.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you so much, both of you, for both our speakers for sharing such thoughtful perspective throughout the discussion. Before we move forward, concluding to today's session, we would also like to open the floor for a short Q&A with our audience. If anyone has a question to our speakers, please feel free to drop them in the chat box. Yes, there is a
Definitely.
yes. Sir has
As
answered.
the future. If you want to reduce your work, make it more intelligently, then definitely artificial intelligence, definitely it helps you. AI helps you to give proper work schedule.
Yes. So thank you for the questions and to our speakers for addressing them so thoughtfully. As we come to end of this insightful session on everyday AI from routine to remarkable, I would like to extend my sincere gratitudes to our esteemed speakers for sharing their valuable knowledge and perspective on how AI intelligence is transforming the way we work, learn, and solve problems. A special note of appreciation goes to Mr. Krishna K. Seni, founder and CEO of NextGenCon, for his visionary leadership and for organizing this impactful session that brings together academia, industry, and innovation leaders on one global platform. Your commitment to fostering meaningful dialogue on AI and future technologies is truly commendable. On behalf of the moderation team, we also thank our distinguished guests, participants, and attendees for actively joining and contributing to today's knowledge driven discussion. Your presence and engagement made this session more enriching and impactful. NextGenCon continues to serve as a platform of innovation, collaboration, and future focused conversations. And we look forward to hosting such insightful sessions in the near future. Thank you once again to our speakers, Mr. Alankar Jadhav and MD Tausif Alam, and our organizer, Mr. Krishna K. Seni, and all participants for being a part of this session. Have a wonderful day ahead. Stay innovative and stay future ready. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for being so patient to listen to us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.